right, so we are moving on to art and chalk art. Hopefully you have all your supplies ready. You have your white chalk, your chalkboard, and apron, something to wipe off your drawings as you are finishing them. And your leaves. So if you don't have those already, pause the video, go get them, and then come back prepared for chalk art. So I chose two things that are in my garden right now. One of them is a cultivated plant, and one of them is a wild plant. So the first one I'm going to show you is this one. Does anybody know what this is? I don't know if your family keeps pulling them out of their garden. I do. I like them when they're in bloom, but I don't want them in my garden because they are invasive weeds. So this is a wild violet, and normally it has a beautiful purple plant on it. I think, I'm looking out in my yard, I think most of the blooms have fallen off, although, look what I see right here. So I don't know what that is going to turn out to be, but well, it's not anything now since I pulled it from the roots, huh? But I really like the shape of these leaves. What are they the shape of? Yeah, a heart. So I'm excited to draw that one. And then the other one that I chose was a fern. So let me see if I can hold it back. I don't know how to help you be able to see it a little bit better. But a fern is my cultivated plant, and I have these on my porch right there. So this came off the end of it during one of those windstorms we've been having. So I think this would be fun too. There's some neat patterning on the back, and you can't really see it. I can see it up close. And there's some interesting vein patterning on this one too, so I'm excited. So these are the two that I'm going to work on. What I'd like for you to do is to start out first by doing some large arm movements of shapes. And so for me, looks like I'm going to need like oval shapes for my leaves and heart shapes. And I'm not going to stop at the bottom when I do a heart shape. So I will draw like this and then keep going, because when I stop, I lose the motion, and my heart ends up being a more irregular instead of symmetrical. Although, if I'm looking at these, they're kind of symmetrical, aren't they? Yeah. Each of the leaves is a little bit different. I like them. So I would be practicing those, and of course circles, squares, just so I get my arm and my shoulder working. So you practice shapes, and then you're going to do a few of these exercises. So pause the video, practice your in the air shapes, and then come back and we will go over a few things to practice your drawing. So we're going to continue drawing in the air. I want you to draw the overall shape of the leaf in the air, just as I was doing my ovals and my heart shapes. You look at your leaf or leaves and pick one for now and draw the overall shape of your leaf in the air. So you'll get your arm motion in there. Mine actually has elongated tops right there, so I need to practice that. And after you've done that a few times, you're going to draw the leaf on the board as a silhouette, not as an outline. So we keep practicing this because we want to draw the basic outline, silhouette, sorry, with the side of your chalk, not the corner end or tip of your chalk. And do it carefully and with much thought. Don't just throw it on there. Okay? And then do more leaves as you have time, and try, like if you picked a plant like I did that has multiple leaves, try to make all the leaves. So like for instance, this had one fall. This one is very big and broad, isn't it? Okay, so even the sides are very elongated, and this is very elongated. But now this leaf is not. It's tiny. See how tiny that leaf is right there? This leaf also has some elongation, but it's not as big as the very first one. And then I have some leaves that have some tears on them down there too. So I would practice that. This one is pretty consistent. They just get smaller. So that one I would have to work on. And there at the top, they are overlapping, actually. So I'll have to practice doing that. So practice your leaf drawing. And if you've done it for 10 or so minutes, then you're finished. But if you would like to practice more, I would love to see any leaf drawings that you guys have been doing.